Introduce yourself first, who you are.
Oh, when I say Asian, I don't mean like...
You do.
I just came out.
What's that?
So, Zimbabweans.
Hey, everybody.
What's up? How's it, everyone?
Welcome to our podcast.
Yeah. Kusalim Tanyana over here, a.k.a. Yandi K.
And it's Yudhishthir Ramjatan. Just call me Yuds. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't
we don't have enough time for that.
I've tried a couple of times for 5 years now.
Yeah.
Still can't do it.
It feels like 5 years. It's been one. Our podcast is called the Speaking of Which podcast, and you are lucky to watch episode number 1.
Mm-hmm. All of it. Can you believe it?
Yeah, no skipping.
My question is, again, how did we come up with the name again? I remember I was having like a couple of names, and
you had a few terrible names, and then I was like, hey, you know what? Speaking of which, I was like, oh,
that's gotta be it. I thought we had like a
like a brainstorming session.
A Hollywood story.
No, there's nothing. It's just two guys who have very good conversations.
Yeah.
Well, we think we have very good conversations.
Mm-hmm. What are we talking about in this podcast?
So today is about where are we headed? Where is SA headed? But why did we start this podcast
in the first place? I would think discussions. We always have these conversations with ourselves, with our friends, with strangers everywhere, and again. And these are conversations are typically necessary, and we'd like to convey it in a manner that we can all relate. And
yeah, I think the thing is, there's so much that everybody is going through, whatever it may be, and we think we are alone in it until someone else starts to
my phone
relate.
Is ringing.
Your phone is ringing.
I should have switched it off.
It's fine.
It's the first time I'm a presenter of a show.
Yeah.
Amateur.
But you've attended a show before.
It's called Rookie Errors.
Yeah.
That didn't bring its own to life.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure people opened this, looked at this, and didn't think, oh, rookies. I'm sure they did.
Until now.
Yeah. So, as I was saying, I think it's when you can find people that are experiencing the same thing as you, you kind of relate to it in a way, and it makes you feel better. Yeah. But at the same time, it's those conversations that you're having that can start up an idea to make a change. And that's very important, is the conversations that we have. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I guess it's a win-win.
Yeah, things that we're gonna share, and have you guys share your opinions, and join us on stage sometimes.
On stage? Are you on stage?
Are you scared of them? Oh yeah, sorry. I just came out.
I always knew.
I became a seer very quickly. But where are we headed, man?
Yeah.
As a country, So
he came out as a aspiring comedian, by the way. Just so you know.
Still aspiring. He should have stayed there.
As long as it's not expiring, you're fine.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So cool. Where are we, America? Where are we headed?
To America.
This is America. Don't get you.
You're not clever.
No, Donald Trump.
Oh man, Afroforum and Trump, I love them. It's a cure that South Africa is like.
I think the US just needs a little bit of Sister Bettina.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you change their national anthem.
Yeah. Come on, everybody, let's do it.
Dude.
So
I wanted to know, did South Africa lose weight when the guys left? I
think the people who went, they gained weight already.
We kept them nicely, nicely shaped, and then they get the Burger King was like,
Domino's. It's like, one reason I would go to America, I miss Domino's pizza. I I miss it.
Dude.
100 plus
they
people.
left.
Yeah.
Criminals. Oh, snap.
Yeah,
Bye.
just before COVID, I think.
Why is everyone leaving us to for America?
Well, they are American. They just pulled out of our country.
Okay.
So 100 plus people already gone.
Yep.
Thoughts?
Yep. When the first group left,
Mm.
it was hoo-ha. Like everyone, everyone was talking about it. They call it what? Halapalu. The politicians call it. It was a halapalu about this when they first left. But the second time, they sneaked out. That's not how Mandela would say it. But his people would.
Yeah.
The stuff that he left us.
Yeah.
Left out this.
I don't know. Going and starting afresh in a new land that has its own problems. Let's be honest. America is not. There's no American dream.
No, doesn't exist.
Imagine living here for work. Right? Listen to the scenario.
Yeah.
You live in a country.
Yeah.
You have an opportunity to cross borders.
Yeah.
Right? We're not talking about legally or illegally. You have an opportunity to cross borders as a foreigner and start from fresh in another land.
Yeah. Zimbabweans.
Imagine going from somebody privileged in South Africa to becoming a Zimbabwean in America. Is it worth it?
I don't think they saw it that way.
Yeah.
Because like if Mexicans can do it, we can do it.
Yeah. Mexicans are much harder working than us. That's why people come into our country and take our jobs, because they are hard working.
Yeah.
So
so with these guys crossing, because I'm thinking Trump thinks he's importing farmers who are gonna get there and turn their land into this amazing production. But the African farmers work hand in hand with black farm workers. I almost said black farmers, but that's a business transaction. But this is an employee-employer relationship.
It's the reason we have Fanagalo.
Yes. Which should be official by now, exactly after we accept the Khoi-san as the Khoi into, we should add Fanagalo.
Yeah. Okay.
But they will get to America and, I don't know, maybe be given land to work as theirs. But America is not as giving as South Africa is now. I don't know if maybe the negotiation between Trump and Musk has been top notch, because who has ever challenged? Okay, what happened before the guys were Koreaed in? Trump was Koreaing out every other foreigner. Recently, he even cut off the foreign students who are studying at Harvard. Well, that was a different discussion though. But all the other foreigners were like, you either come forward and take this private flight to your country, or once this window is finished, we're gonna come grab you and throw you there ourselves.
Put you in a boat. Sounds. But isn't that how people were brought? Hey.
Oh, I don't think black African migrants will want that. Fool me once. But yeah, people really took. I mean, these were like military jets sometimes, and they would be crossed over to the point that there's a church. I forgot the name of this church now, but these guys were working quite close with the U.S. government when it comes to immigration, and basically bring people in and resettling them in America. Yeah, well, they were basically part of the government at this point.
I see.
Then because of the nature of this, the fact that Afrikaners were taken from South Africa, exactly when they were taking everyone else out to them it was like a conflicting thing. Okay, so you're saying that everyone else must go, but these guys, what's right about them and what's wrong with everyone else?
Yeah.
But everyone else always dives straight into race, but I don't think it's always about race.
It isn't, but if you think about it, right, it kind of is in the situation.
Yeah, I know
Well,
this one.
especially,
This one is-
because if you look at the problem, right, we're talking about the violence against the farmers.
yeah,
That's a racial issue,
yeah.
right?
Not really, but okay, I hear you.
It stems from that kind of,
Yeah.
right? And then by...
Can I clear it this way? Because it's South Africa, it's race.
Yes.
Yeah, because all the classes come from a racial background of our country, which then puts them in a privileged area where poor people go to, well, criminals go and rob.
Or criminals.
Yeah, criminals. They would go there and rob.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it because you are white or is it because you are rich? But because in South Africa, it's both. Because our history suggests that you should be rich. Yeah, like there are people who...
So there's the preconceived idea based on race because of previous events.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I get you.
Yeah.
That
that's the only way that's the only way I can explain it.
Yeah. But it's opened up now.
Oh, hey, we're all rich now.
No, I'm talking about the people who can go. It's not only white Afrikaners now. It's all minorities.
Are you bragging?
So I can go. You can't go. Imagine people being our last export to the USA. It's like, what was your greatest export to the USA? Greatest, I don't know, but our last export was definitely.
So our first one was Trevor Noah.
Thank God we don't Trevor and nobody else.
The second one was Nigerians.
Oh yeah, who use our fake passports.
Yeah. And then now we're like,
it's everybody else.
We are not done. We have more. Man. Yeah. So the last export was the Afrikaners, who, if I were them though, would I have taken the opportunity?
Would you have?
I think it's a question I still ask myself to this day. That I don't know how far the propaganda goes. That because the persecutions that they feel they're experiencing are because they are white. I just realized about this for the first time. You can say, is it because I'm white and it works on your favor? Dude, that's our last privilege just went poof out the window. So I don't know how far the propaganda goes.
Yeah.
Like, is it something that everyone is taught, but other people are too smart to accept it? But then that means there's a lot of people. Or do you just pick it on the street and you just go with it? Like, it's like picking a gang. I'm the white guy who says, as white people, we're doing great in this country. Or these black leaders of the ANC. Wait, no, that's Malema.
I think we can just stop it right there. I think we should just stop it right there. Moving on. You brought a term to my attention to refer to these people.
Oh, yeah.
Would you like to share it and its story?
The Americanas. The Americanas. So back in Feb, a lady businessman, Sam Busa.
Samusa?
Don't be greedy, you know.
So what's that?
So Sam Busa launched a website, Americanas.com.
did they put GPS tags on it?
He is tracking every Afrikaner in the country who would like to be exported and giving them all the info they need. So if you want to cross over...
cross over?
Yeah. It's called floor crossing. Just to the other side of the globe, you know?
Yeah.
So you can visit that website. Should we be advertising it?
No.
Because I feel like if you want to leave a country, you should be allowed to leave.
True.
Unless you owe the
If
country.
they send you back by a boat, that's your problem.
Yeah. Like, I think a country, South Africa is no exception.
Yeah.
If America says, come, enjoy.
Yeah.
I think even if they come, I will bring you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are we headed to America? Maybe.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Yeah. Or is it Beijing, my China? Because, man, China. Yeah,
I was this close to buying a Harvard.
Dude. So now if you buy a Harvard, you're sending a statement now.
Yeah.
Like, Omoda, everyone.
Yeah. Check you very much.
Look, I hate that this conversation, instead of it being about how do we have a proper dialogue about crime in the country, which I believe that's the direction we should have taken about this Trump meeting after forum, and then just lighting that spark, and the fire has been going. Like, I think South Africans have been fighting misinformation of the entire world online for such a long time.
Yeah.
But if we could stop that and come back around the table and say, okay, what exactly should we be talking about? Like, what conversation should this trigger rather, instead of fighting the fire that it has? Like, that fire is not burning us, to be honest. It's burning the rest of the world about us. It's forcing them to then find out why South Africa have 70% land that is owned by 10% of the population. Why South Africa having what is dubbed as the race laws instead of calling it laws of redress or redress laws. Sorry, I just realized now the people that are complaining about the 140 race laws have not gone back to say that even the laws during apartheid were colored, like they had a color in them.
Oh, okay.
Like whites only, whites this, whites that. But anyway, that's not the point. So where I was going with this was the conversation, instead of it being about how should we have better grown as a country? Has BE produced the results that it has? And if not, how far did it go? How do we improve that? Are we creating a gap behind by simply enforcing a BEE? Because BE is not just black people. I know everyone likes to think when you say black economic empowerment, which is misleading, by the way, in its context now. Maybe in the beginning it was, but over the years, we've included almost everyone but white, which is why I feel the pain for people that read it like that. Because honestly, if I'm a child who is born white, born poor, and I'm born to a country that says we won't hire you unless you are black, like, can we have that conversation?
Yeah.
How do we deal with that?
Definitely,
Yeah, well, should we?
Also, it's been 31 years.
Yeah, it's been 31 years, right?
Yeah.
Of BEE, and I think there are arguments about it's been 31 years of bad implementation of BEE. Because it's not like the companies in the country, which I believe the private sector has dealt with BEE quite well, because there are black people who would not have been hired in the country, and those guys are now running the show. They're doing great. They've got careers because of BEE, of which before, when it was not cool to hire a black person, they would not have had the careers that they have. yes, you should hire people on merit,
Yeah.
but not in a country that has historically said, screw merit, we're going to hire this guy. Yeah. So you need to correct that to say, okay, everyone, before we go to merit, we should fix the imbalance. You know, because now, if it's a race, there are people who are way ahead of everyone. You know, not to blame apartheid at all, but to say, can we then move the conversation from being about China versus US, which devil is better, to who do we want to have relationships with as a country? Because we want to take the country to this direction.
Yeah. I think you mentioned something that's important, right?
Yeah.
But there's one thing I would change about it is that when we are looking at, okay, fair enough. Obviously, we have to have merit in the conversation because people need to be worthy of the positions that they get.
Yes.
But at the same time, we cannot. You speak about this race, not racial, but this race where people are ahead of others. We need to use that race instead of this race.
Yes.
It should not, race should not be about it. It should not be about race anymore. It should, if you want to look at equality, it should be a non-racial thing. It should be, look at that race there.
And
as
say,
to, you know?
And now, so then you need to have now a defining factor. Because the boring thing is that it was defined about race in the first place. So the gap is racist. Like the gap itself is based on race. So it's like if you want to say, okay, everyone go and make a cube there.
Yeah.
That cube will be black. Like everyone who has been impacted by the laws of apartheid, the cube will be black. Yeah. Okay, when I say black, I mean it will be BEE. It will be black. It will be Kairat. There will be a lot of Indians as well. I'm not sure about Chinese. I don't know why they are there. Like they are part of BEE. I don't know the history of Chinese in South Africa. To be honest with you, I don't.
Which boat did they come in?
All the apartheid leaders who are still alive, can you tell us what did you do to Chinese?
No. That came about afterward.
Oh, okay. We did that to them.
Yeah, I think
the ANC is the one that.
I think we should ask them.
Okay. All right.
Where did the Chinese people come from?
I need education on that one.
Yeah.
What is the Asian? When I say Asian, I don't mean like.
You do.
But yeah, man, the conversation should be about if we saying South Africa is a crime zone, and people are dying left, right, and center, which is true. Shouldn't we just be discussing how do we prevent that from happening?
Definitely.
But anyway, do we want to go to China?
No.
No.
Yeah. But I think the takeaway from all of this is that we are 31 years into democracy.
Yeah.
We are the born frees. Well, not you. You are like 65.
Yeah, sorry. Didn't mean to.
Yeah, I mean, we're 31 years into it. Are we happy with more of the same? Do we see, if we have to extrapolate the graph of how our country is going, do we see it changing direction? No. It's not.
No, not.
So what do we do then? It's like, okay, fair enough. We want to bring about change.
Yeah.
What change do we
What kind of change do we want? Because those are all like serious questions.
Yeah. It's like when you have so much of work to do, where do you start? You know?
Yeah.
So
I think it's a question that we should be asking ourselves as South African youth, right?
Yeah.
Like
You include yourself in youth, dear sir.
Hey, brah, how old am I now? I'm 2 years out of the youth age gap.
Why 35 is the...
Yeah, that's the cap. That's the cap. Unless I was ANC, I would have I've
So
seen it. I've seen
me
it
and our
videos,
resident
yeah.
im daughter.
Yeah. I'm more like Ubaba right now.
Yeah. So, are we going to protest?
Doesn't work.
It is the month of June the 16th.
Yeah.
Youth Day, you know. I believe you have an amazing story.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. So I have a 2-year-old, my 2-year-old daughter. Lovely Amani. So Amani is she was somewhat sick in the morning, so I take her to school. She goes to school. And then I get a call from a teacher, like, yo, Amani is very sick. Can you please come pick her up because it's not looking good, yo.
It's not looking
Yeah,
good.
right, like that was the wedding. Like, yo, it's not looking good.
Okay.
And then I panic, of course. I tell my manager, yo, peace. I run.
Yeah.
I get there. I drive very fast. I get there. So I tell them I'm outside. Yeah? So they're gonna show up on a corner like this of the building, right? So
Okay.
I'm over here by the gate. They're gonna pop up by the corner.
Yeah.
When Amani pops up, I don't know if you remember the picture of Hector Peterson. That's how she is on the teacher's arms, like
Just like,
yeah, she's like she's like
Yo.
that, and she's brushed. This woman's face is concerned, like this baby is dying, bro.
yo.
Amani gets to the car. I clamber into the car seat and I'm already panicking, like, okay, I need to
Find
get an
the closest
appointment.
hospital.
I look at the back seat. Amani is playing, guys. Amani is having a good time. He's like, I'm free. You know what I mean?
Hey.
And so this reminds me of that story because Hector Peterson is the symbol of this month, like the June 16
Of the youth.
Yeah, the youth, and our anger towards mistreatment by the government. This is like, that's the statement. Like his face is the statement of that, exactly that. But we seem to simply enjoy the day or the month, but we're not asking ourselves the questions of where are we going, are we happy, are we not, who do we talk to about such, what should we do? Because if you look at the images of June 16, those guys were fighting against an even more vicious government, and they were not only mistreated, they were being killed. But we don't seem to have any struggle towards change. Like, we're not trying to force anything. We're not trying. Rather, like Amani in the backseat, we get the representation of the day.
Yeah.
And then we do TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
well,
like,
it's like,
we go on social media.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm so angry.
Yeah.
Everything, complain. Yeah, we must do this, we must do that.
Yeah.
They need to, and then the moment you put the phone down, you've vented, you've done whatever you needed to do. You go, you do nothing about it, and you go and relax.
Yeah.
Is that what we are heading at?
Yeah. We just go to the next fresh Amapiano song, and that's it.
So, is that it?
Like-
From us. That's it. Thank you very
from
much.
us, right?
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment.
Awesome.
Take one.
Even in Joburg, if you do this, the taxi stops and takes you to Midrand.
Okay.